anything about that. But the only reason I'm live is because I'm using that. And I'm not using the Wi-Fi here at where I live because it's not very good. All right. Let's do it now and then. All right. What's happening now in this country, in this world, is nothing like what's going to happen then, in the future, during the tribulation. If you don't know Jesus, get ready. Because it's going to be so bad, you're going to want to die. But you won't be able to die. There's going to be bloodbaths. Think about this. All of the big cities, they'll have their food supplies cut down. They'll have energy cut down. You won't be able to get gasoline all the time. The government, they will be in complete control. Except, the way the government is going now, they are saying, go ahead, do whatever you want to do. It's okay. We won't charge you with anything. We won't put you in jail. Heck, we've got politicians that'll start funds to bail you out. How much better can you get than that? The problem is authority is losing its authority. And it's really sad. Really, really sad. Because they're not helping. They're not trying to build up a moral platform, a solid ground to stand on. Something that the people can use in their lives to move forward. Instead, they're breaking it down. You don't need to stand on anything. Go ahead. Do you want to be a girl but you're a boy? Go ahead. You know, when I hear stuff like that, you ought to just get a pistol and a bullet. It'll only take one, and shoot your kid. Because that's what you're doing. You're killing the child doing that. They don't know. And so you, as the responsible parent, are killing your children. I mean, you can be gay. You just can't have your own children. And you can dye your hair bright colors, which tells the world, look at me, look at me. I'm hollow inside. I don't know what love is. I don't care what love is. I don't want love. I just want you to look at me. Look at me. Who cares? If you're doing something to help forward the world, mankind, then you're doing something. But if you're just there with your Kool-Aid colored hair and you've got 10 pounds of steel in your head and 500 miles tattoo on your body, who cares? If you don't have a heart, then you're going to find somebody that doesn't have a heart. Then you're going to wonder, how come you don't get love? Where is the love in this? There's supposed to be love. You're already dead inside. You've killed yourself. The sad thing is God knows it. You do have an opportunity to dig yourself out of the death that you've put yourself into. And that is confessing your sin to God, knowing that Jesus died to save you from your sin so that you can live and love. Love is a great thing. You can't see it, but but you can experience it. Can't taste it, can't smell it, but you can experience it. Experiencing God's love is a great thing. Of course, if you're listening to this and you're yelling at me, you're an idiot. You're just old. You don't know. I was young. I did every drug you could think of, except I never shot anything in my arm. I tried everything you could think of. And finally, God said, no, look, I've had it with you. We're not going to do this anymore. And he pulled me out. He pulled me away from my own death and said, we're going to live. And now I live. And because of the attitude that YouTube has, I don't think I'm going to be using this platform much more, because they don't want to hear the truth about anything. But then the world is going that way. They don't want the truth. They want to die and burn in hell for eternity. Is that what you want? If you don't trust in Jesus, that's where you're going, and that's what you're going to get. But it's really cool these days, because they put a transgender person as the spokesman for Bud Light. I don't drink, not anymore. My guts got tore up. I don't smoke because I've got COPD. And life is great. But this trans crap with Bud Light, people are saying, no, we'll drink, but we're not going to live lives that are an abomination in God's eyes. We won't do that, and we're not going to condone what your Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, whatever's doing with this trans person. That's wrong. That's totally wrong. If all you want is sex, all you want to do is to have physical emotion, physical satisfaction, physical whatever, that's what you're going to get. And you're going to find out your heart is dead. There is no love in you. And no love is no life. God teaches us that. You know, God made us. So if God made us, well, since God made us, doesn't it make sense that God that loves us would give us the instructions on how to live? Because we are born evil. The seed of man is evil. And so we need instructions. How do we live? How do we do this thing, life? We are put here. We don't know anything. We're curious, but we don't know anything. We don't know how to live life. How do we live life? God knew that. And so he had the instructions for life written in a book, and now we have the book. And if you read it, you'll know how to live life. A man and a woman is a marriage. Period. That's all. A family without God is dead. A man without God is dead. You know, you're saying well, I'm going to go to hell and I'm going to be with all my friends and we're going to have a party. You're going to be all alone in the dark with your memories. knowing that you had the opportunity. You have all the opportunity in the world. All you got to do is seek forgiveness, repent of your sin, and look for Jesus. Look for him. He already knows where you are. You don't have to look. You look for him. And that the outcome will amaze you. And you can keep thinking, oh, there's nothing to that. There's no fun. You want to bet? I put more miles on my bike than I ever dreamed of. And it's the nicest bike I've ever had. And I've got a trailer that goes along with it. So I can bring my camping gear and go camping, because I like camping. I'm ex-military, Marine. And we did a lot of outside time. So I like going outside. But then I lived outside as a kid. But God picked me up, shook me off, dusted me down, and said, look, we're going to go this way. Forget that way. Just, that's no more. We're going to go this way. And following Jesus is the way. The government right now is wrong. They are wrong. The Republicans won't stand up and say absolutely not. We are not going to put up with this when they need to. We shouldn't even have this man in the president's office. He doesn't have the faculty to do it. He doesn't have the physical strength to do it. I think his age is around 5. Because all he wants to do is eat ice cream and smell little girls' hair. And it's sad. That's an embarrassment. I thought Clinton was an embarrassment to the United States. He got nothing on Biden. Biden's making himself look like a stupid idiot, a fool. Right on the world stage. Hey, look at me, I'm the president. I can do the stupidest things you've ever seen. And now, I guess as of today, those who have money, that are responsible with their money, and want to get a loan to buy a house, will now get charged more in interest to get the loan than the poor guy that has no idea how to handle money and really doesn't have enough money to buy a house. They'll let him do it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. That is stupidity. And he's losing votes by the hundreds every day, if not the thousands. And we, as the Christian conservative, we have got to stand up. I carry the book of Romans alone and another booklet of John and Romans in the trunk of my motorcycle so that I can pass them out. And I've got a pile of them sitting right there, ready to be passed out. Because people need to know. Look, this is life and death. Are you living death? Dying? Or are you living life to be with God where He is? And God isn't like man. God isn't vindictive over everything. Oh, nope. I'm going to squash you like a bug. No. God's cool. If you read the New Testament about Jesus and what he did, that's God. And Jesus never said, bow at my feet and worship me. No, he came and said, hey, you want to be my friend? Let's go. And they went. And they preached. And they taught. And Jesus did miracles. Big ones. He's not out to kill us. He's out to keep us alive. More alive than you've ever been. So if you think you've got life now, think about what's going to happen then. If you don't have Jesus, then is hell. And if you think now isn't hell, you're really lost. You're as lost as Biden is. But it's simple. Now, seek Jesus. Get your forgiveness. Repent of your sin. And know that then you will live